All right, guys, and we are live. Let's get a moment to set up my live dashboard here so I can view your comments and pulling up the live chat. Here we have the live chat. We'll pop this up in a new window here, maybe. Refresh. Got two of you watching. Welcome to this live broadcast. Going ahead and let's say, hey, typing into the live chat here, and I can confirm it is working. All right, hey guys, what's going on? It's Steve Cronin. Welcome to this live broadcast. Today we're going to be talking about what's the difference between nootropics and smart drugs. If it is your first time watching a video on this channel, however, I would like to let you know that this channel is all about how to increase your focus and productivity in your professional lives, whether that be at work or at school. And sometimes that does involve taking cognitive enhancing supplements known as nootropics or smart drugs. But here's where it comes to the dilemma. These are two terms that a lot of people, including myself, are guilty of using interchangeably. And I will say that there really is no final say or verdict in terms of what is the difference between a nootropic or a smart drug, but in this video I'll give you my opinion and let you know what I think the difference is between the two, and then maybe why they can kind of overlap in some way. So looking at the chat here, Christian and Graffi say, "Sup man, hi Steve," or actually the reverse order of that. Thank you. I will go ahead and finish out the topic of this video, but if any of y'all have anything you want to say in the live chat, just go ahead and do it. And for those of you watching live or after the broadcast, if you want to hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button, that would really help me out so more of my subscribers, you guys, can be introduced to this video, so YouTube will push this live video throughout y'all's feeds. Also, one more thing before we get started. Live TV, right? Croninfever.com, Cronin fever, Fever.com, is where I give away nootropics or nootropic related products every week, and you can go there to enter the giveaway. And this week I'm giving away Work Juice by Brain Forza. If you're watching this video later, however, maybe I'll be giving away something else. So check out Croninfever.com for the free giveaways. All right, nootropics versus smart drugs. Difference in terms. All right, so a smart drug. Let's start with a smart drug. Sinalia says hi. Gregory says ahoy hoy. Well, ahoy to you, Gregory. A smart drug generally refers to a prescribed medication or some kind of drug that can be gotten through the procedure of a prescription, like through a physician. A good example of this in the United States, at least, is modafinil, right? Modafinil, thought to be a cognitive enhancer. It's prescribed for narcolepsy, but modafinil could be considered a smart drug. However, modafinil isn't prescription only in all countries, right? So this is where it's like, okay, well, is modafinil a smart drug in the US, but a nootropic in another country, right? So you can see how these terms kind of can be used interchangeably. Smart drugs do tend to have more side effects than nootropics, but we'll come back to that later. Okay, so let's talk about nootropics. Now, if you consider the etymology of the word nootropics, it essentially equates to something to do with cognitive enhancement. So these tend to be non-prescribed drugs. They tend to be non-prescribed drugs like aniracetam or paracetam. But in the same problem we ran into with modafinil, well, in the United States, aniracetam, paracetam, these are not prescribed drugs. They are prescribed drugs in other countries, right? So are they nootropics in the US, but smart drugs elsewhere? I don't know. So let's dig into a little further into this. So nootropics also tend to be supplements. They tend to be vitamins. They can tend to be more natural supplements, but not like aniracetam and paracetam. Those are synthetic compounds. Those are synthetic drugs. But essentially, nootropics is equivalent to cognitive enhancement when you consider the etymology of the word nootropic, right? Now let's go back to smart drugs. When I said smart drugs tend to have more side effects, here's the deal. While smart drugs might enhance cognition, sometimes with prescription medication especially, and less with some of the natural nootropics you'll find with companies like naturalstacks.com, they tend to have more side effects. And then it becomes an issue of the following. Do the side effects start to take away from the cognitive enhancement? Because if the answer is yes, then is what you're taking really a nootropic? And so you can see how if you have a Venn diagram, right, smart drugs and nootropics on each end, there's definitely an overlap depending on a few different factors. So, there are some people that I've read articles discussing this topic, or have seen videos or heard people on podcasts discussing this topic, and they're like, there's a very clear distinction between smart drugs and nootropics. And I would argue, not really. There are some distinctions, but they only work depending on certain factors being at play that are variable and won't always be at play. So don't feel bad if you use the term smart drugs or nootropics interchangeably. I certainly do, and I don't necessarily feel that bad about it. All right, and that's all I got for you. Let's come into the chat here, see if anyone has some questions. Man, I wish I had some water or something to get, but we'll already getting dry mouth from talking. I haven't done a live broadcast in a while. All right, so we said tricks on life, which is Siltep, and does Siltep work right away? I've bought some but haven't tried it. Okay, so Siltep is a product from naturalstacks.com. So Siltep, I would consider to be a nootropic. I wouldn't consider Siltep to be a smart drug. In my experience with using Siltep, and you can check out my video review on Siltep if you just start searching Steve Cronin Siltep, or even maybe just Siltep into YouTube, you'll find it. For me, it does not work right away. It takes daily use for at least a week or two before I start to notice the benefits from it. But I love it, and Siltep, if I had the money for it to buy, Siltep would be something I would take every day for sure. Eric wants to know if it's dangerous to take modafinil. Well, look, modafinil is a prescription medicine, and modafinil does have side effects. So yeah, it could be dangerous for some people to take modafinil. So talk to your physician about that one. Garufi wants to know what are the effects that modafinil has on the heart. I actually don't know. Modafinil is pretty stimulatory for me, and so in that regard, I would imagine it could have effects on the heart. But in terms of other than modafinil being a stimulant for some people, is there something specific about modafinil that affects the heart? I don't know, but that's definitely a question for your doctor. Sebastian wants to know if I've ever used nicotine as a nootropic. Yes, I have, but I haven't made a video about it yet. And it is forthcoming, but I will say yes, I have used nicotine as a nootropic. Yes, the subjective sense of focus that it produces is awesome and definitely not subtle. My favorite way to use nicotine actually is when editing YouTube videos. But we'll make a video on that because it is kind of a controversial substance to be using as a nootropic, and some people don't even consider it a nootropic. All right, everyone, that is it for now. Thanks for watching this short, quick live broadcast, and I will see y'all soon. Take care.